What up, OB Nation? Brandon Cochran, Alex Raj, co-founders of Optimum Basketball. We're super excited about today's topic, 3 ways to develop unshakable confidence. As always, our goal is to bring you as much value as possible for you, the basketball player, taking a practical approach. We want you to get the mindset, the skills, the tactics necessary for you to ensure success on the court. So it was the summer before my senior year, working really hard, doing summer workouts, and each day we would have a summer open gym. And so we were all really excited. We had a player from Duke that walked into our gym, well-known player. I will not name his name to protect the innocent. But he came in and he was pretty arrogant, talking some trash. Rightfully so, it's all good, but my buddy wasn't too happy about that, and he felt like kind of disrespected because he was coming into our gym. And my buddy played Division I basketball as well, and so they kind of had a little beef going. And so we started the pickup game, and my buddy was like, check ball, and he's like, I'm gonna score 11 straight, like games to 11. I'm gonna give you 11 straight points, and he's not even gonna score. And sure enough, my buddy just went ham and gave him 11 straight points. This dude didn't score. He called game winner, and he kicked him out of the gym. Get out of my gym. Mad disrespectful. Don't come in here, talking all that trash if you can't back it up. And so, it was really fun to watch. And this is North Carolina basketball. There's a lot of pride, so you can't be disrespectful like that. So my question to you is, how can a player start a pickup game and say I'm gonna score 11 straight points on you to another high major D1 basketball? One word, and that's confidence. You have to know what kind of player are you, what you're capable of, and go after it and have that confidence in your game. So I'm really excited about today's topic. 3 ways to develop that unshakable confidence where it's game time, I can do whatever I want on the court, and we're gonna win ball games.
You're not gonna get shook, but you're gonna shake people down.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Step number 1, develop your mindset. And there's a lot of different ways you can utilize different tactics to develop a mindset, a positive mindset, especially for basketball and anything else in life. And that's one surefire way is to control what is going into your noggin every single day. What you're taking in, whether that's through books that you're reading, maybe reading books on motivation or motivational people or things that inspire you. It could be an audio book too, maybe you're not reading but listening to it. It could be the music that you're listening to. There's a bunch of useless music out there these days, but there's also some really good music. It doesn't have to be boring, but something that is conveying at least some type of positive message, or that you can connect something positive to through lyrics. And also, how much time are you spending on social media? How long are you on your phone, on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever the social media medium is these days? And okay, you can be on social media, but what are you looking at on social media? Are you looking at pages that inspire you to be better, that push you to do more? Or are you just scrolling through your feed and just looking at whatever pops up? You got to be intentional to be able to develop a correct mindset. It's not an easy thing to do, but you got to take control over your life and over your mind and how you approach basketball and life in general. So developing your mindset is crucial in taking your game to the next level. So if you don't have the confidence yet, you don't have unshakable confidence, think about what's causing that. Are you not confident to take the last shot in the game when the game's on the line? Are you not confident enough to do a crossover to get to the basket? There's a ton of different things that you need confidence for on the court, and the way you breed confidence is through hard work, training your mind, taking in the right things. So make sure, first off, you're taking care of the above things I talked about, but also putting in the work behind it. There's no shortcut in basketball, and we're talking about mentality is huge, but also the work and the amount of hours you're in the gym and developing that mindset and confidence on the court through reps and great practices and executing down the stretch for your team. That's going to give you confidence on the court moving forward and seeing success with your team and individually as well.
So this brings us to step number 2, commit. If you want to have unshakable confidence, you have to be committed. You have to have commitment, and you've got to be committed to the best player, to being the best player that you can be. If you're not committed to that, then you're never going to have that confidence to take the last shot, to make whatever move you want, to get a stop on defense, to pursue a rebound, to go for a block shot, all the things that are involved in playing basketball and playing at the highest level. So it starts with commitment. Are you committed to waking up an hour early, jumping on the foam roller, stretching, to getting up extra shots, to stationary ball handling, to in-game ball handling? Are you committed to doing what's necessary to being the best player you can be? And you have to walk away from average. You have to walk away from mediocre. And that commitment is to greatness. You hear LeBron James, or if you follow him on Instagram or social media, the hashtag strive for greatness, right? You gotta strive for it, you gotta go for it, and he's committed to it and committed to greatness, and that means walking away from average, walking away from mediocre. So if you really want to be confident in your game, you gotta commit to that work ethic, like Alex was talking about, doing the work. So you have the right mindset, which gives you the ability to do the work, and you're completely committed to it. You'll do whatever it takes to be the type of player that you want to be the type of person that you want to be, and that translates and transfers on the court, where you're going to have confidence because you're committed and you won't be outworked.
Yeah, absolutely. And that takes us right into step number 3, which we kind of talked on already in the left 2 steps, but it's the biggest, and then you can't get away from it when we're talking about developing your confidence. It's a relentless work ethic. And that comes from hours and hours in the gym, perfecting your craft tirelessly, even on the days that you don't want to go out there. All right? We've all been through it. You've trained for 3, 4, 5 days in a row hard. That 6th day, you're like, maybe I'm sleeping in today. Or maybe I'm gonna go hang out with friends. No, push it one more day. All right? Get yourself in the gym. At least, get some shots up. Maybe it's gotta be a light day. Maybe you've been going really hard that week and your body does need some rest. But when you're relentless, you're not gonna allow that. You're gonna find some way to get better that day. And whether that's physically practicing, mentally practicing, shooting shots, getting some shots up, that's pretty low impact. And if you're really committed to it, you're gonna find a way, find a gym, find a court, find a park, somewhere, get some type of work in. Especially if you're a young player, you gotta take every single day, every advantage that you can get over the competition, because there's a ton of players playing when you're young. All right, pushing for the same goal that you got, and you gotta outwork them. Right? You gotta have more confidence on the court than they have. How are you gonna do that? By pushing yourself hard every single day. And a lot of players want it, a lot of players talk about it, not a lot of players do it. There's only maybe a handful of kids, I don't know if there's a handful of kids that I know that are relentless. There's a handful of kids that are like really, really passionate, really pushing for it, but maybe there's only like 1, 2, or 3 that are like really relentless and like really embody that. It takes a special individual to really hone in and become relentless, especially at a young age. Maybe once they get into like college and they realize, I'm actually pretty good at this, I can push, all this and that. But if you can develop a relentless work ethic from a young age, oh my gosh, first of all, you're gonna be super confident on the court, and it's gonna show. You're gonna just be shining above all your peers, and people are gonna take note. And there's no substitute. We're always gonna say, you're gonna hear it a few times if you watch this OB Nation series. There is no substitute for hard work. It comes through sweat, blood, tears, all that, hours put it on the court. And it's through good reps, game speed, practicing perfect. So when you get in the game, it's like second nature to you. Not even thinking twice before you take your shot or go through that crossover move or box somebody out, because you've already done it in your head and you've done it on the court so many times that it's just like, not even thinking about, okay, bucket, bop, I'm getting to the rack. Okay, I've dunked on somebody so many times in my head and done it so many times in practice that when the body comes in front of you, I'm just going through it, bow, when you get to that level. You know what I mean? So yeah, you become relentless in your work ethic, you're going to become relentless on the court, and nobody wants to play against a relentless player on the court. You know, those are the greats, right? And so, yeah, step number 3, relentless work ethic. Develop it, embody it, gain tons of confidence on the court.
Train hard,
Train smart.
play the optimum way.